All right. Hey, everybody. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous. It's I can't imagine what a real game dev would think publishing a game that actually puts a lot of effort and time into. I didn't do, but still. Anybody, congrats, Masterlith. You have conquered Melee Island. That's about as good as it gets. All right. So hey everyone, how's it going? It's surprise live stream time. Happy Tuesday or happy Wednesday, I suppose now. Let's talk about some things, eh? Let's live stream some things today. So, today's gonna be a little different. I made a game, and we're gonna play that game. I'm gonna show it off, and we'll just sort of play around with the thing a little bit and see what's going on. It's a little different. I typically play video games. This is not a video game. It's a print and play kind of thing. But I thought I do a lot of videos kind of like this where we do like world building things, and I show off the world building things that are out there. We did a thing with Wonder Draft a while back, which heavily inspired this. I thought there might be some folks that are interested in this, so I thought we'd show it off. So that's the idea today. That's what we're gonna be doing tonight. Is playing a game, a world building game. So that's the idea. Thanks, Yeti. Yeti with a internet noob. Who's the internet noob? Apparently not the Yeti. Oh, look at those emotes. Fancy. Space Boy Josh. I don't know what's going on there, but the annoyance level is rising. All right, so first off, we did a live stream. Man, I guess it's been a few months where I played around with some Wonder Draft, and Wonder Draft is like a map making tool. And I just sort of like playing around with the thing a little bit, and I whipped up this like roll the dice, sort of make the world kind of a thing, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. And not too long after that, I stumbled into this world of print and play games. There's a lot of them over on itch.io, and I sort of lost myself in this world. These things, it's neat stuff. Essentially, it's just sort of like you print out a rule book, and it's just a bunch of little like games. Most of them are just like paper and pen, and kind of some neat ones in there. I stumbled across one of them called Ex Novo, which was it's made by the same folks that made Nowhere Profit, which is actually a proper game. And this is just a print and play thing. You print the thing out, it gives you a bunch of dice tables, and you basically sort of you and friends make a city. And that got me that along with the Wonder Draft thing. That kind of inspired something. So I thought I'd try making something like that because I'm a bit of a map nerd, and so that's where it all came from. Thanks, Baker. So that's where we all come from here. That's what's happening. And today I'm just gonna sort of demo the thing and show the game off and explain what's happening with it. And if you want to try it out, then you can do so if you want. It's free. You can download it on itch.io and try it out. So let me pull this thing over here and we'll take a look at what the thing's all about. So I got some music here. Some good music. Some Age of Empires music. There we go. Maybe. Can you hear it? Is it loud enough? Huh? Kayeha? Thanks. Is it loud enough? Can you hear it? This is the Age of Empires soundtrack, by the way. The only soundtrack worth listening to. Hey, Ellen. How's it going? I think it'll get a little louder. Put a little bit up. Okay. There we go. Alright, so this is Mappa Imperium. The idea behind this isn't a world building game. A world building exercise, whatever you want to call it. Sort of like those story dice. You ever messed with those before? Where you or you and some friends can basically get a piece of paper, a couple dice, and a pen, and you can create a fantasy world. You start with nothing. You draw in a few islands through the use of dice tables, which sort of you roll the dice, tells you what to do. You write it in your little spot. Each player or empire, if you're playing solo, gets their own part of the map. And you sort of go down the rule list, playing through different eras or stages of the game. Starts out in the beginning, you're a little fledgling empire, and you build a few settlements, and it sort of grows from there. So at the end of this, the idea is you have a fully fledged fantasy map. I see this as, being a thing where, like, I'm a bit of a map nerd, so something for me to sort of, that's kind of things that I kind of like. I could see it as being a thing for, like, if you're a Dungeons & Dragons guy or a DM and wanting to, like, get your players, like, into and invested in the game world that you're making. Certainly this would help do that. So that's the idea. It's over here at itch.io. Mappa Imperium is the name. Just download it. It's free. If you want to tip, it would certainly inspire some more things like this, but you certainly don't have to. It's a free thing. Try it out. And let me know how it goes. The only thing I request is that you post your maps and show them to me, because I want to see them. Especially if you use pen and paper. And just post it on either here or my Discord, whatever. I want to see them. So, I got a couple pictures. Basically, this is sort of how it would run out. You would end up with a couple islands, some things on there, some settlements, there's some orcs around here. You've got, it's kind of tiny, some demons around. There may be some ruins. Just a kind of thing to add a little bit of a map and a little bit of a interesting thing. I've played this a couple times with my kids. These are my test subjects. And it's pretty fun. It comes out with, we get some interesting stories. In the end, it's a storytelling game. The rules are intentionally kind of not very detailed. So that it's sort of to you come up with the idea, you tell what happened, and you are the one controlling your part of the map. So that's the idea. So it is requires one sheet of paper, or since this is a time of not being around tables, you can go here to this place I found called Aggie.io, where you can, like, share a drawing thing. And so you take turns drawing, and so you can do it, like, online together if you want. I haven't tried it yet, but looks like an interesting thing. I just closed my rule book. 1 second. Let me open that back up. It's probably important that I have that there. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, creator of it is a guy named Nookrium. That's me. Inspirations were Ex Novo, which is the sort of city building thing by Shark Bomb, and then Wonder Draft, which is this tool that I'm using over here to draw it. So essentially, the way this thing works out is you're making a fantasy world. You're going to divide it up however you choose. Now, ideally, when I first thought of this, it would be on one single sheet of paper. But if you're not next to the person, or there's a bunch of folks, you can each have different sets, sheets of paper, then put them together, or whatever. But I'm going to be using Wonder Draft over here, just because in the interest of the internet and showing it off, I think it's probably the easier way of doing it. So I'm using a map drawing tool, but you can certainly do it with a piece of paper, or paint, or whatever. I'm going to start this off with as like a 2-player game, a solo game. We're going to have 2 major empires. That's the idea. If anyone has any questions here in chat, that's why I'm doing this live stream, feel free to yell at me. Please yell at me. So we're going to just divide it with a path here. And so we got top side for Terry, and bottom side for Beatrice on the bottom side. Unusual fascination with roundabouts. Yeah, for sure. So, everyone's going to take turns rolling on the map. There's different eras. I mentioned that before. And we're getting it set up right now. So we're drawing a line, creating a fold, whatever in the middle, or to differentiate each person's side. Top guy, Terry and Beatrice are playing on this one. If you're solo play, like I'm doing here, divide it in the number of empires. If you want to have like a big world, divide it 20 times if you want. It might be a little... You need a big piece of paper, but you can do it. That's where the too many players comes in. And, if you can't draw, don't worry about it. Just do symbols. Easiest way of doing this. And it still comes out pretty cool. And each person's going to, draw a little differently. It adds, it's always interesting and it's extra funny to look at whenever my kids and I draw and play on it. It comes out very cool. And it's important, I should focus that each home region, each section that you play on, that's that player's zone. So it's best to let them come up with the story and the idea and the islands and let them draw it, because you get some interesting things. So here we go. We got 5 eras of play. In the beginning, we create the landmass, we create the beginning races, and this is a fantasy style thing. So you've got orcs and goblins and elves and dwarves, all that. And that's the beginning one. And then we go into small empires, we grow a little bit, and you place out more settlements. And then you go into the Age of Discovery, where you start reaching out to other islands that are in your home region. And then in the 4th, Growing Empires, these are all based on like different sets of tables. And so sort of as you go through the game, the empires are getting bigger and stronger and growing farther and faster out from their main capital land. That's what Growing Empires does. And then near the end, you go to the Rise and Fall, and things start falling apart. Portals start to open up, and evil folks start popping around. That's where it ends. So let's begin. Anyone have any questions? Feel free to yell at me. Let's begin with Era 1 creation. So we're going to form some settlements, but first we have to form out some islands. I've got I'm on calculator.net. There's a good one on just Google. If you just rolled 2d6, it pulls up a Google one, but it's really big and it didn't fit real well on my stream here. So I'm using calculator.net, which apparently has dice roller. So we're starting out with just 1d6 for this table here. Everything you run through, essentially the way this is made to be used is to have the rule book in one hand, paper in the other, so you can kind of reference that. You just sort of follow down the rule book and it tells you what to do. Follow the tables. So I'm going to roll 1 6-sided dice. This is, let Terry go first up here on top. I'm going to figure out our island table. So Terry will roll. Terry has rolled a 3, which means he's going to have 1 large and 2 small islands on his zone up here. So I'm going to go over here and draw him some land. So let's go and give Terry some spots here. We'll give him a big, 1 large, 2 small. We'll give him a big island up this way. And we'll give him a couple small ones over here, a little guy there, and like a little guy over here. Let's we're using a world building tool. We'll use the thing, I don't want to spend too much time. Like, I will spend too much time with this, so I apologize preemptively. But we're gonna, get a little bit of detail in here because, well, that's the whole point of the thing, right? Is to make things look fancy. Make things look all fancy. It's 15 pages if you want to print it. Yeah, it's probably, you normally just go follow along. There's a couple times you're going to go back and reference older, a couple of the tables in the back. But for the most part, it's all, you just sort of follow along with it. I'm going to lower some of this and add a little bit, like we need a nice bay in here. Again, this is where, this is, what was his name, Barry? This is Barry's turn. Barry's going to do whatever he wants to do with his zone up here. This is Barry's land at the moment. And then down to the south, we'll have Sally. What was it, Sally? South and Sally? No, it was Beatrice. Sorry. Beatrice can do what she wants to do down below. So something like that. And have like a nice peninsula in there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's a nice little island for Barry. And then we'll put one, we'll roll for, so that's all we do. That's the island table. Done. Now it's Beatrice's turn. She's going to roll. And she's going to roll a 1. She gets 1 large island. So, this is one big continent. We're gonna roll that thing in. So let's go and I'm gonna fill it in good. We'll add in some more lakes and things with our geography table. So don't worry about that just yet. Yeah, I've always even I remember when I was in high school, I made a lot of games. I've always been very interested in making games, and I've sat down many times trying to learn programming languages, and I've never gotten it. Just having the patience. I'm too old for it now. And when I found these print and play things, it sort of opened up an idea, like, hey, I can do that. I have a lot of ideas of things that I think would be a lot of fun, and so that's where that sort of came from. I remember like sitting in many classes junior senior year and spending more time like drawing in my game making notebook than anything else. So anyway, we're making a big continent here for one large island, or maybe I should reword that for one continent, maybe something like that. There we go. Sally or Beatrice, maybe they're working together because I can't think of her name. There we go. Okay, so that is Beatrice's one island. So now we move on to 1.2. I did go to college, yeah. Geography. So we're going to roll 2d6 and consult the geography table, which is right on here, and place our things. We're going to do this 6 times. So these are all, again, each player is sticking to their specific land. So we're going to go with 2 dice, and we're going to let Barry go. And he's going to roll a 7. So Barry's going to get some forests in here. So we're going to go over here to the symbols table and draw in some not so giant forests. There we go. Let's go with this is Barry's idea. He can put them wherever he wants. He's going to put a nice forest like right over here. It's a good place for a little forest there. We don't take up the whole place because you got to have a place for everything else, but there's a good forest. If Barry so chooses, Barry can name the forest if he wants. There's a final step at the very end for like naming things that didn't get named, so Barry decides to wait to the end. All right, so now we'll let Sally go. Beatrice, whatever her name is. Sally. 9. Sally has rolled a desert, so I think we have desert tiles in here. Oh yeah, we have cactus. Cactus are kind of weird looking. Let's just use, we'll use a couple little cactus here. So I think like right here in the middle is a good place for a desert. Ooh, that's a lot of cactus. Give me like a little less cactus, eh? Like a little spot right over here. I suppose if we want to get real crafty, we could like color these things in, but with different colors. With this one, and then we can go with like a little bit lighter, I think. And add that in. Oh, that's green. That's not what we want. There you go. There's a little deserty. Okay. Hey, there's a little nice desert there. It's got some green plants. All right, so that's 1 each. We got to go back up top for Beatrice. No. Top is Terry. What was I called? I was calling him Barry before, wasn't I? Terry. I don't know his names. Top guy. 8. Terry has rolled some mountains. So Terry's gonna pop some mountains in here. Again, you can do this with pen and paper. It comes out a little better looking in my opinion. But a little more unique. But Terry here's gonna roll some mountains in. I think this looks like a good place for a mountain range right along this way. Like right over here. And we'll just have sort of like like that. We'll get a nice big one right in there. There we go. Ooh yeah, look at that one right there. And just sort of fill it out a bit. There we go. We got a nice spine of a mountain range over this way. Something like that. There we go. Okay, so there's Terry's turn. So we're gonna let Beatrice. I'm sorry, Terry and Beatrice. I've forgotten your names already. A 10. Okay, so we got a jungle here for Beatrice. So we're gonna go back over here to the jungles, and essentially this is how it plays out throughout the rest of the game. Is just sort of following your tables, drawing it in, telling your stories. We'll get to the story part right now. There's not much you can story, as it is. I think this, if there's going to be a jungle on this place, it's going to be right over here. Let's crank that up just a little bit. Pop these guys right in here. Nice jungle here on the edges. So an important thing, like this is mostly just features and things. We'll get to things like resources, which will greatly affect basically the story, like where things go, resources got to be nearby, that kind of thing. So there is our jungle near the equator there in the center. Makes sense. Now we're going to go back up to Terry, who's going to roll a 7, and he's going to get another forest. So let's get like a nice piney forest up this way. Like right in there. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that's a big tree. Something along these mountains here. There we go. Okay, nice forest over there. We're on what? This is number 3 for Beatrice. I got an 8. I can't do a river unless I get one, which is a 6. So we got more mountains here. I keep rolling the same things. It is kind of designed to... Let's give her different mountains. Let's give her like some of these. 2d6, so you're going to have more 7s, 6s, and 8s than anything else. So, there's more mountains and forests and things. Plus, they're easier to draw, so... Let's put a mountain range. I suppose we can do something like around this desert here. Like this. To kind of give it a... what's it called? When deserts or mountains make deserts. There's a word for it. I forget what it is. Someone in the chat will tell me in a second. The rain shadow, is that what it's called? That's the word, I think. So there you go. Again, it's important not to fret too much about drawing things nicely. That's the idea. It's just a fun little time. That's the idea. Okay, up top we got number 4. We're doing it 6 times. We got a 5, which is a lake. So we're gonna draw a lake in here. With a actually we just pop with this tool. We can just pop one in. So let's put a lake like down here. I don't like that lake so much. I guess it's okay. There we go. There we go. There's a. I don't like that lake. Let me do a. Let me just do this and just lower the land a little bit. There we go. So we got a lake right over on this side. Okay. And now back down to Beatrice, who's on number 4. She's got herself a forest, which of course, again, we'll have a lot of forests, mountains, that kind of thing, which is fine. Hopefully we'll get something that we can show some exciting things off here, but we may not. Let's do like I guess you can get a now let's spread it out. Let's get something over on this side. Let's do like this guy over here. Let's sort of fill in this region here. That way, if we get some like elves or something, we'll know where they'll live. That kind of stuff. One big tree there in the middle. Yeah, there we go. Add a little variety. Okay. This is the Age of Empires soundtrack, by the way. Age of Empires 2. So, there's a big forest down there. Back up to Terry. Terry has rolled a 2. Terry's rolling in a savanna. Oh my. Okay. Let's roll. I guess it's gonna do something like something like this guy. I know how to draw it with a pen, but I don't know how to do it with Wonderdraft. So, we'll just kind of draw in this with maybe a little trees. It's sort of a flat, deserty kind of, where the elephants roam. And I think maybe like right here in the middle, like a nice savanna over this way, right here in the middle. Maybe we throw a couple little trees in there just for the savanna effect. Like, let's go with, what's a good savanna-looking tree? This little guy. No, just like one little tree there. Yeah, for the were-zebras. That's right. That's right. They gotta live somewhere. So we're on, oh, I lost count. Was that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 5. So 5 for Beatrice now. A 7. So another forest for Beatrice. Now, we could just grow one of these if we want like a giant forest, but I think we're going to go and put another one in here or something else. Let's do, I guess we'll do that pine forest I was thinking of. Or somewhat deciduous, I guess. Over this way. Over this way. We can throw a couple conifers in there, Just mix it up. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, it's PDF. Back up to Terry. This is Terry's final geography. So he's got a 4, which is hills. Hey, that's something new. So let's roll in some hills here. We've got some hills with this program like this. And I think they'll work all right. I wonder if it doesn't like me clicking off the screen and then back again. There we go. I can bunch them in there. Let's, I'm forgetting about these other islands. So let's put one on this island over here. This one I kind of neglected, didn't I? Let's do something like this over here. Is that a tree mixed up in there? Throw a few hills over here. Like that. So I neglected that one. It's all right. Back to Beatrice. With a 12, a volcano. Excellent. I was hoping for a volcano. I was really hoping for a volcano. We got one. Let's throw in. I don't know if there actually. Maybe there is a symbol in this game for volcanoes. I don't know. There's like cliffs. I think it would be. I mean, you can get new stuff with this program, but I don't think there is. So we're gonna stick just one of these guys, just a big one, just like right there. That's where it is. We can stick like clouds on it or whatever if we wanted to get crafty. I suppose. You know, there you go. There's a volcano. It's yet to volcano. Okay. Ontinti enters the game. Yeah, that's what's going on there. Okay, so there we go. So we have, that's it. That's geography time. Everyone's gone 6 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, everyone's in their 6 geographies. That island, what a boring grassland. Essentially, grassland is what's left over. Now we go to 1.3, which is resources. This is where you're starting to get a little bit crafty on your own. Where, thanks 3D printer. Each player is going to come up with 3 different resources. Make up whatever you want. So I got some examples in here. Gold, clams, fish, lumber, mushrooms, turtles with diamond shells, whatever you want. This is where it's important to let the players just make what they want to do. I drew in some symbols over here just to kind of give you some ideas. But you can really do, you know, whatever you want. It's going to be hard to do with this program because I don't think it has... I didn't think about this. Maybe something in here we can put. Surely there's something we can put in. That would be some sort of symbol. So each player's going to do 3 of these things, and you put them pretty much wherever you want. And these are simply sort of like a story element where when you put, you know, a town down, towns are going to be near resources, trade posts, that kind of stuff. Those all sort of pop up there somewhere. Probably use symbols for resource markers. Yeah. I'm sure there's something in here that we can work with. Oh, here we go. We'll do something like this. We'll just put them in here and we'll sort of name what they are. So Terry's up first. Terry's gonna put something in these mountains, I think. Right? We should put a marker down just for that. So that's going to be Terry comes up with it. We'll say there's adamantine in those mountains. Been discovered. Okay. Beatrice is going to do the same thing. Beatrice is going to throw in, I'll try to do different ones so we can remember. On this volcano, of course, there is obsidian. It's very, very valuable stuff. Some, it's got healing properties. Healing properties, obsidian. Everyone wants that stuff. Okay, Terry. Let's do a, maybe in this bay here, there's some, I think I have clams on my example, so we'll do, maybe there's some sort of a, there's a starfish that it excretes I don't know, some sort of wine that you can ferment and drink it. It sounds delicious. Right there. In that spot there. Ideally you draw in little symbols, and maybe there's some in here, but I don't know. It works, I think. Maybe I should put a star down for that one though, since it's starfish secretions. Makes me hungry. Okay, so there we go. Now we got back down to Beatrice, and she's gonna throw in. So it gotta be something in this desert. What's in the desert? The starfish must flow. What will we? Hey Sal, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. It's not normal times. It's a little different. I made a game, and so we're checking it out. Let's put in, like, maybe in this desert there's some strange trees. That's what those are right there. That they produce a mineral that yeah, it gives you, it enhances magic, enhances your mana. That's what's going on in there. That's what Beatrice has come up with. Petrified trees with you can scrape off the bark, and helps you with magic stuff. There we go. Okay, so the last one we got is up top. Terry's gonna come up with something else. Terry, what do you want? I think over here we're gonna put in something in these hills, and we'll put like things in these hills over here. Could be like I think someone said something, incense, some sort of incense. How about mushrooms? There's a good mushroom over there. Yeah, mushrooms grow in these hills. Everyone likes a good mushroom. Maybe a mushroom wine. We got some Dwarf Fortress people that just joined us. Always mushroom wine everywhere. Let's put in like a fancy rock. There's our mushrooms. They grow on that rock. And they're delicious. Plump helmets. Yes, yes. And then Beatrice can put her last one in there. And she's going to put in a dome, which is going to be... I suppose in this bay we could put something. Hey, hi, Floss. How's it going? What would you put in there? A dome. There's some sort of... the sand. The sand, you can, like... That specific sand, you can melt it down, make some... It's like glass, but it's really strong glass down there. It's fancy glass. There you go. Okay, so that's all there is to it. You got 3 resources for each. Done. So now we move on to the next stage, which we've got the major faction. So this is a kind of a turning point in the game. We've been sort of just building out the world, and now we're getting into the Empire focus part of the game, where each player is going to essentially take control of a principal faction. Each player is going to be devoting their time basically to this faction for most of the game from this point on. So we're going to roll on the race table here, and Terry's going to go first. Terry has rolled up some halflings here. So Terry's going to give himself a halfling town, and he's going to give him a name. So let's put in like a little halfling village here. Something like, let's see if I can find something. Oh, here we go. It's a good little halfling town. We'll stick it in like this bay here. Makes sense. They'd be over by the savannah. And there we go. There's some halflings. So the halflings, it's also an important part of this, is you need to give them a name. These are the halflings. Halflings of the starfish, right? This is all about the starfish. That's what's there. This is the these are the starlings, they call themselves. This is the Starling Kingdom. I'm going to place this out this way. We're going to make it real big. This be sort of anywhere in your home zone. Make it like a 50. There we go. And we're going to give them a symbol of some kind. I think the way of doing this is going to be using this tool here. And we'll give them a symbol. Of course, a star. So this is sort of like their banner. We're making the faction banner for these guys. So we'll throw in a fancy star here. We'll put it in the middle of their symbol. Like, can I get some bigger? Yeah, I kind of like this one. So let's throw this guy in like right in the middle if I can do it. There we go. Sort of. And there you go. There's their banner. I need to adjust that label a little bit. Like that. Here we go. Okay. The denim shorts. What? Okay, so there's the Starling Kingdom. They live up there. We're going to give them a name. This is going to be called Star Bay is where these little halflings live. What's a better... I need a better one of these. Let's go with Bilbo? No, that's too much. That's not bad. That's fine. So Star Bay there, we're going to make it a little smaller so it can be like, I don't know, 35. Can everyone see that okay? Everyone can you see that in the video okay? Because pants and halflings are short. I got it. Yeah, the little Soviet halflings. Right. Knock it off. Okay. There we go. There is Star Bay over there. So now it is Beatrice's turn to roll her faction. This is the major faction. So you draw that, you make your town, you create your crest, you name them, and that is your major empire for Terry up top. Down below we got Beatrice, who's going to roll a 7, who has some boring humans. So we got to give a nice human town in here, and find her probably like a nice castle. I think. Well, we're not fancy yet. We'll just put in a little spot here. And again, this little bay is kind of nice, so I think we're gonna go with something like right there. Yeah, that seems like a good capital building. We got to give them a name and a symbol, so we'll go ahead and do that. So we need a name for these humans. So somebody give me a name for these humans while I come up with a symbol for them. I'll throw this guy like right there. Oh, I love Wonderdraft. I've used it a few times now. The humans, we're going to give them like a... We'll give them like a... there's a desert nearby. We get some sort of desert symbol. We'll give them like a tree. Right there. There we go. go and make this a little bit smaller. Like that. Sunterrans. Ah, I like it. The Sunterrans. Sontaran? Are they from Doctor Who? Okay, we're gonna name, that's gonna be, what was that, 50 I used before, I think? There we go, the Sunterrans. We can give them a different font, I guess, since we're doing it on here. We'll give them, like, the Lancelot font. That's what I use there, isn't it? We'll change this one to Barlow. And then the humans are going to be, what was that? That was Lancelot. Okay. And the name of this, this is going to be... There goes that Fire Mountain over there. They are, aren't they? It may cause some troubles, won't it? This is going to be the what was in there? Sand, right? This is the... They got glass. They got the desert nearby. These guys are all about glass. So I'm going to call them the Invisible Kingdom. Because they're glass. Get it? Get it? Right there. Okay. So that is the name of their capital there. Glasgow's. Alright, so now we move on to our hostile neighbors. Of course we're going to have a hostile neighbor. We got to find someone nearby who is just not the friendliest. So so old Terry up here is going to go first. This is a D6 table here, so I'm going to roll that guy. 4, we got a necromancer. Of course there's a necromancer nearby. He's got to live somewhere. I think maybe necromancers love mountains, and there's adamantine in those mountains. We can put them anywhere. This is Terry's job. He can put it anywhere in his home region. So he can put it on this abandoned island if he wanted to. But Terry's a daring sort, so he's gonna put this tower, this evil necromancer tower, which is gonna be there's a graveyard site group in here somewhere, somewhere around here. Hey, right in here. Is there a good tower in here? Not really. There's like a pumpkin man. Let's choose this one here. So, whoop, that's big. I'm going to throw a big tower in. I think we're going to set it like right in these mountains here. So that's where... this one go forward. I don't know how to mess with... I've not messed with this game enough to know how to deal with layer management, so I'm just going to move it out. So there we go. So the hill's not in the way of it. Okay, so there's the Necromancer Tower. We can give it a name if we want. You know, we can just know it's a Necromancer Tower. We're gonna put in there. Necromancer Tower. You know, kind of boring. I apologize, but these guys will become probably an issue. But we'll just see how the dice rolls goes. Like that. I'm gonna angle it a little bit, and then give it a little bit of a bend. Fit this guy in here. And we'll change the color to black. There we go. The Adamantine Spire. That is fantastic. So the tower is made of adamantine. That's fantastic. That is perfect. Okay, let's go with a... that's a good one. There we go. You can read that. Okay, and then if we want to get crafty, I mean, it's a necromancer. One thing necromancers do, I don't know why, but they just paint the lands dark. They go out there with a paintbrush, and they just start darkening things and making it all, like, gloomy. So I'm going to go with, like, a little bit of, you know, just... ooh, that's a little much. I'll try to stay with those mountains. Just a little bit of darkening of the lands. Just to, you know, not that mountain, though. You know, just to kind of improve the mood or something. Okay, so down below, we've got Beatrice, same thing. She's going to roll her hostile neighbor. And she's going to roll a demon lair. Well, I think we know where they live. Well, I think we know. So, let's go and build a demon. Some sort of a portal would be great. Where do demons want to live? I need a nice portal of some kind. There's like an old mausoleum looking thing. That could be demony. Let's throw this guy in and put him like over here. Like they're like in the mountain. I think I could put a cave in the mountain. Actually, That might work out even better. So let's get a, where's my caves? Caves. Get where my caves are. We can throw a cave. That'll be a nice spot, I think, for a there it is. Some sort of evil cult. Yeah, like an old mine. There we go. That's where the demons live. Don't go there. These are the... What was in that mountain? Oh, that was the obsidian. This is the obsidian order. I'm sorry. I have to do it though. I'm too much of a Star Trek nerd to not do it. So the obsidian order lives. I amuse myself sometimes. I'm sorry. I know it's a problem. It's a real problem. Those of you who don't watch Star Trek, I apologize. Watch some DS9. It's good stuff. So there we go. So there's our demon lair that live over here in the mountains in the obsidian order. Okay, that's all there is to it. Thanks, Noser Bro. How's it going? Draw a location, give them a camp or whatever. If we were to roll on the minor faction table, I need to edit this. You basically just do what you did before. You go in and you go back. You roll up a race table and you add a settlement in somewhere. Minor faction, you're gonna roll it in twice, where you'll have two settlements for that minor faction. I'll edit that tonight. So, all right, Era 1 complete. We did it. We made the world. We have our starting factions. We have a couple of nefarious folks out there, and we can now move on to focusing on the kingdom part of the game. So we're gonna move on to our burgeoning kingdoms. So Era 2, burgeoning kingdoms. Lands have been drawn, and each empire now has a starting settlement. There. This era will develop your faction settlements into small empires. So essentially, this really all this is to this era is we're gonna roll twice on this table, and then each player rolls twice, and then puts out whatever they get. So they're expanding. You stay on your home island. Beatrice here only has the one island, but you're gonna stay on that one island and just sort of expand your borders into multiple towns. That's the idea. So again, with one dice, Terry up top is going to roll a 5, which is going to give him a military fort. Well, clearly he's going to build it over there because there's a necromancer over there. So he's going to build it over here to try to, protect his borders. So we're going to go to there and pick out a nice human-looking halfling fort, which we don't have one. So we'll throw in something like this, and I'll get something a little better. Something that kind of matches their style, but a bit more fort-like. That's like big town-like. I suppose it'll work. We could do like a little camp. That kind of a fort. Doesn't have to be like, walls and things. Hey, thanks, Emmeline. Thank you very much. Stick a fort right there. It's just a camp. It's that kind of fort. And now every time you put down, I think I have it in here, be sure to name and connect each settlement with a road. We'll just put a dotted line in there. This program has a path that we can put down. And so we just sort of do like a little road that will sort of run from Star Bay over here to this fort right there. Thanks, Emmeline. All right, so and now we got to name that place. So let's go and name our fort. This is going to be Fort Starfish. These people love starfish. There's nothing better in the world than a delicious starfish. So yeah, these guys are all about that. Look, get that curvature off of there, and there we go. So there's Fort Starfish under that one. Yep. Right there for the halflings. They have their first settlement. Now we're gonna go back down to Beatrice, and she's gonna roll hers. All right, a 6. We got a monastery. So the invisible human kingdom, they're out there building. A bunch of monks went out and built a monastery somewhere, clearly near these strange trees, because that bark is strange stuff, and it's giving it magical powers. Clearly, there's something otherworldly about it. So they're gonna go build themselves a little monastery down there, and use that bark and empower themselves or something. Makes sense. So let's throw in a human monastery. Something like, just like a single building is probably fine. We'll build like one of these guys. but small. We'll throw it down here. It's going to be in the desert. Down like that. Again, we're going to draw in our path to connect this guy up. Over here to the Invisible Kingdom. Like that. And we're going to name this monastery, which is going to be... I don't know. What's a monastery name? I don't know. What would you name a monastery? It's after this bark. Maybe we should give the bark a name. What's a good name for a bark? Order of the Priory of the Hollow Sun. What is a bark? The stuff on a tree. The crusty stuff on a tree. That's a bark. Sinbar. Order of cinnamon. Order of tree bark. That's it. Order of tree scabs. Redwood Abbey. How about How about I don't know. Mine's gone blank. This is the a good bark would be wolf. Order of the or Abbey. This is the Sap Abbey. Is it EY for Abbey? I think it is. There we go. Okay. There is Sap Abbey. I don't like it. I don't like it. I got Redwood Abbey's good. I can go with Redwood Abbey. Maybe the trees are red, like a dark, like blood red. It makes it all the more mysterious. We'll say it like that. I'll make it a little bit bigger so we can actually see the thing. Is everything looking okay on stream? Is it? I know it's kind of small. My head's a little bit in the way. Hopefully you guys can see it all right. All right, so there's the Redwood Abbey, and now back up to we gotta do this twice. So back up to Old Terry. I used to do a thing we called God Game, where we would make a religious order per player, and we would just roll stuff happening between these setups. Good stuff. Yeah, nice. All right, so we got a trade post for Star Bay. Who they trading with? We don't know. But this is where your resources come in. So we've got a resource. Star Bay's already at a resource. There's one way up here where the adamantine is. The other one's going to be over here. Those mushrooms over there. So maybe they have like a port city here, so they run out, grab the stuff, and then sail back. If not, they don't have a permanent settlement. They just run over there, grab the grab the there you go, it's a little better. Grab the mushrooms and then sail it back to Star Bay. So we got to build a port. Maybe on this little cove over here, a little closer. We'll give them a some sort of a dock to do their business. These halflings. So let's throw in a little port here, and we'll just set it sort of on this coast, like right there. And essentially, this place is in business. I mean, it makes sense. People will build boats. They want to go get the mushrooms. They need somewhere to... It's closer. They can stop there, do their selling, and then head back. The carts can take it back to Star Bay. So this is going to be Port... nice. Mollusk. Emmeline with the names. Okay, and this is going to be with a... what was I using for that? That was Barlow. Port Mollusk over there for the halflings, and we'll give them another path here, and we'll go with trade route here. There we go. So I'll reiterate something I was talking about before. I could see this being a I think it'd be a fun tool to use if you're a D&D person and you're DM or whatever. If you do this, if you got say 4 players, you divide your map up into 5 sections. If you're okay with your players knowing your world, which I think would be a good way of like getting them invested in the map and in the world. You do this, you have your basics of a world map, and you get a little bit of a story. I think it'd be kind of neat. Anyway, back down south, we got Beatrice has one more roll. So she's going to roll a resource camp, which again, that's going to be basically focused where your resources are. So we've got some obsidian in that mountain, but there's some demons in there. We got this guy, which is grab, and maybe they're competing with the monks, or that was our 3 spots, wasn't it? We can do that one over on this side just to kind of help grab it. So I think that would be a nice spot for one. Just a port city over here, so we can easy access to where all the good stuff is. So we'll throw in a human port over this way, somewhere where they can find them. Right over, something like that. I'll just say like right over there. Maybe up this way. Maybe there's some in this channel here. There we go. And somehow we ended up with both people really going for the stuff in the water. Kind of follow along the edge here and then go back there. Okay. And we'll give him a name. Thanks, Andy. So this is just a resource camp that's turned into sort of a permanent settlement. Essentially, the focus of like a mining town or like a logging town. That's what a resource camp would be. It could just simply, it doesn't have to go to resources. We could have just put it in the forest for wood. Or I have farming village in there as well for farming. But I mean, food is a resource. So if you need a resource spot, you just gotta think of where would they put a town. And this way, you've got a resource camp. You've got wood nearby. You've also got that. So this is going to be camp. Camp Glass. Gulls. Camp Glass is going to be right here, and with a Lancelot font right there. Okay, so then they can do a couple different resource things, and they can haul it on down to the Invisible Kingdom to sell their wares. And that's it. There we go. Age Era 2 is done. Port Illusion. Remember that one. So now we go into Era 3, the Age of Discovery. So empires have started to grow. We've got a foundation here, and it's now time to start expanding. We are still staying. So everything from now on, these 3 settlements are all on one island. With this phase, you may start reaching out to the other islands that are out there, or if you got just one island across the world a little bit further, this is sort of your Age of Discovery phase. Each player takes 3 turns now on this table. All results can be placed anywhere in the home region. Roll 3 times. I say that twice. Or I say that, whatever. So now we're up to 2d6. We're going to go up to the top with Terry. Terry's going to roll. And Terry's going to roll a 7. So Terry's going to get colonization. The Empire is growing to distant shores. Build a new coastal settlement, preferably on neighboring islands. So Port Mollusk has done all it can do. Maybe some permanency has set up here in where these mushrooms are. So let's get a port city set up. These halflings are expanding. We'll give them a port city. I can never remember where this thing is. Over here for these, like right there. Seems like a reasonable spot for one. Right there. And again, we'll give it a name. No dotted line this time, of course. And we'll call it Port Plump. We're going to go with Barlow here. Now, we already have a port. Let's call it Port Oyster. Oyster Ports. These all are very halfling names, aren't they? Fits well. So there we go. So now they've settled a different settlement. They're a little bit closer to the mushrooms that are delicious. Okay, and then we're going to go back down to, is anything covering? You guys can see everything? Go a little further. There you go. We're going to go to Beatrice, who's going to get a 4, which is new geography. So scouts have reported back new and terrifying lands. Roll in the geography table on page 6 and place it. So we're going to go back up here to page 6. And we're going to roll in this geography table once because their scouts have discovered something out there. Maybe they went across the lands here and saw something. We're going to roll and see what has been discovered. They found some mountains. How did they miss those before? Nobody knows. But there is mountains out there that nobody knew before. And we're going to throw them in, I think like along, along this way. Just some a nice mountain range up this way. just to add some more variety. This is the phase of the game where your scouts are going out. You've left your homeland and you're starting to sort of explore the distant shores and all that. So, surprise, there's mountains over there. You know, who would have thought? Okay, back to where we were. It's Terry's turn, and Terry is going to roll a 7. Yeah, the opaque rate. So yeah, if you want to get really crafty, there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, probably is best if you do. You start naming your locations. You know, the invisible range makes sense. It's the invisible kingdom, and you get, you know, you can do all that before. You can do it on your turn, whatever. We got a 7 here. This is colonization. So your empire is growing to distant shores. Build a new coastal settlement, preferably on a neighboring island. These halflings are just going all Viking. So we're going to build another settlement, and they're going to make their way down to this island here, which is just a whole lot of good farmland. I guess there's nothing there. So let's go put in another village here, and we'll set it. I think right there. It makes sense for a new town for these little halflings. And we're going to call this one Pearl Bay. Emmeline. Just like these are all, man, Emmeline, good stuff. Misty Mountains, and then the Colorado clouds sometimes hide the peaks. Yeah, you know, they don't ever look over there. It's the West. Who cares about that side of the world? So anyway, we got Pearl Bay there. Now it is, that's the second one. We got to do this 3 times. So now it is Beatrice's turn. With a 5, so some bandits and some pirates have arrived. So brigands have been spotted nearby. Place a new hostile settlement on a trade route or bay. You give them a name or a banner. So we've got either bandits maybe on this route here. There's lots of resources this way. Maybe bandits over here. Maybe some pirates have set up over this way and they're stealing the they've set maybe like a port over here to rob these guys while they're out grabbing their sand. I think maybe it makes sense to be over here. Bay where the dome is, you can call it Illusory Bay. Oh, nice. Nice. Halfling Vikings are OP. I think we can put them up. I mean, it's just kind of grassland here. That doesn't really make sense, does it? Let's put them over here, like a camp. Pirates that are going to be over here. They're going to get their own faction. They're not part of these humans. They're just filthy pirates that have set up shop, robbing these poor fishermen. And we're going to give them a little camp somewhere nearby here. Let's go with let's do something like this. So there's a port city right here in the bay. That hey Tom, how's it going? I'm going to go in with that, and this is going to be. I'm going to use a name from my D&D campaign just because I like it. This is Briny Bay, right over here, where the pirates live. Now the pirates need to have a faction name. These are the Briny Pirates. We can give them a flag as well, which we will do. We'll throw something in like that. So I'm going to move it right there, and. The Prism Pirates. Oh man, that's way better than what I had. Who was that? Eugene. Fantastic. Prism Bay, and we're gonna give them a symbol here. Let's try to. There's not like good diamond-y looking things, but maybe we can find something. I don't know, like a rock. Put a rock as their symbol. No. What's a good Let's see here. We can always give them a tree. We can give them a bat. Bats are nefarious. They fly in. They swoop in at night. They steal the sand and they rob the poor boaters. All right, and then we got one more Age of Discovery for Terry up top. A triangle for the prism. Yeah. With a 7. More colonization. These halflings are just going nuts. Some of the other things we can do in here, so you can find ancient ruins, just sort of fill out your map. You may find a new island out there as you're scouting out. More new tribes or new factions out there, new minor factions. Hostiles may attack and break your towns. All kinds of things may pop up. We're just gonna do some exploring and some expanding. Now again, we have to stay in our home zone, so we'll keep them where it's at. But even if we keep rolling the same thing, it's still making a bit of a story because we've got these adventuring seafaring halflings, who I think they've made their way, I guess, down here to the tip, way down this way. Maybe like right here. There's a nice maybe freshwater bay here, so they can have a port here. They also got the freshwater stuff. That seems reasonable. So we'll throw in over here and Emmeline, Eugene, what do we got? And in Sunless Sea, you actually have a scout bat. Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. Maybe they use bats. That makes sense. It doesn't, but it works. We're gonna call this Clamport. With a 2-6 spell curve, have you deliberately made all expansion options the most common? Yes. We're in the Age of Discovery, so that's sort of the idea of this phase of the game is getting the empires out expanding, because things are going to get a little rough later on. I think we should go with like okay, Pearl Bay, Oysterport. Let's go with Clam Lagoon. There we go. So, and you'll see, when we go through this, let me get my name here. We got 5 phases. So 3 is the exploration phase. So it is weighed towards colonization, expansion, finding new folks, finding manufacturing. That's where it's weighted towards. And then as we go down to the growing empires, you'll see it's going to be more sort of expansion and finding new things. And then when you go to the last one, it's more about like things falling apart. That's kind of the idea, anyway. So that's their 3. They've expanded their 3 times. And then we've got down below, we got Beatrice down below, who has rolled a 6, who has made contact with a primitive tribe. So we're going to place a new tribal settlement. I got this backwards. Roll on the race chart, then place a new tribal settlement. So we're going to roll on this chart here. And these humans have found somebody. They have found more humans. Add this to the optional rules. If all players agree, we can re-roll. So we're going to do that. We already got humans. No more humans. Dwarves. Excellent. So remember those hidden mountains over there? There be dwarves there. So let's go find some dwarves. Dwarves need a nice castle, a nice keep. This is a minor tribe, not a faction. So this is going to be more like, you know, not anything too exciting. But we're going to throw in like a bit of a camp, a settlement anyway, of some dwarves. We're going to put in just a couple little houses, maybe. Not houses. Could do a cave. It's kind of difficult on this program, so let's just do a small little. That's what I'm using for these guys. Small little settlement for these guys. Let's go with actually. Let's do. Wasn't there some? Yeah. These are pretty good. Let's do like one of these. They kind of live over here in the foothills. Over this way. I'll put a couple of these things in here. Just to spice it up a bit. Like that. Okay. So now we got to name these dwarves. And you can give them a banner and all that stuff if you want. This is a tribe, so it's not necessarily important to put a banner on these guys. Unless you want to. But we're going to give them a name. We will give them the town name. These are the Diamond Dwarves. Fireforge. Can the dwarves be called the Fireforge clan? Sure. This is the Fireforge clan. Let's give them a dwarven-y like font. Maybe that's actually okay. That's fine. Let's go a little smaller. Here we go. So there's the Fireforge clan. Just a minor tribe. If trade or something happens, maybe we can look at that over there. Untinties, yes. Untinties dwarves. So there we go. That's it. That's the age of exploration. Things are starting to fill out a little bit. We're now in Era 4. We're nearly there. Empires have gained a foothold and perhaps even expanded onto neighboring islands. They sure have. Now it's time to flex their might and expand, or perhaps fight their way across the seas. So it is worldwide expansion time. All results now can be placed on any region. So These Sailing halflings can go wherever they wish and head down if they want. That's their prerogative. All results can be placed any region of the map. Take 4 turns now in this era, and we rolled here and draw in the results. So, same thing. Terry goes first. Got to go through those pirates to meet the dwarves. I mean, you can kind of go around if you want. So we got a 12. A revolution. Oh, the halflings. So rebellion. Half of your empire has split into a new faction. Give them a name, a banner. Treat them as a hostile neighbor from now on. So the halflings have... you know what? I think that the Oyster Port and Port Mollusk here, they don't need Star Bay. They're on their own. They've got their own source of income. These guys have got it made. So they have decided to split off and go on their own. So we're going to draw in a... they're going to name Oyster Port, I guess, capital. And we're going to give them a label here. And we're going to call them... Halflings of the Shroom, or the Halflings have themselves. You know, this is the... we're going to give them a new font here, just to add a little diversity with it. Gentium. Let's go with... What's the first one? Adelaide? Yeah, that worked. The Oysterians. Okay. Oysterians. Oysterians. The Oysterians is a new clan here. And I'm going to change the fonts here, just to sort of emphasize that. So now we have 2 different factions of halfling here. And we're going to give them a mushroom-looking tree, which is not mushroom-looking at all. But it works, okay? It works. Capital wasn't sharing the starfish. They won't share their shrooms. That's right. That's right. Excellent. Okay, so that was era 1. So now we're going to add Beatrice, who is going to roll a 7 and expand. The Empire's expanding. Roll in settlement chart and place a new settlement anywhere on the map. So we're going to go back up here to the settlement chart, which was here. And we're going to roll and see where they're going. So this can be anywhere. Just sort of just imagination. Get another monastery. Oh man, these humans. These guys are just like building the orders. I mean, we got one down here, Redwood Abbey. Where's the other one going to go? Maybe they went across the way here, and they want to be like the dwarves. Or maybe they worship the demons. Yeah. Okay. These are the bad guys. So let's put in a little monastery here, next to the Obsidian Order, where we can go and worship some demons. So let's throw in. Did I roll it? I rolled a 6. Monastery. That was an 8, not a 7. Huh? Yeah, expansion. So colonization is distant shores, coastal settlement somewhere. Expansion is anything, basically. You're rolling on settlement charts. So this one, colonization would be a like a port city somewhere, and then 8. It could be a port city, but most likely it's going to be something else. Just sort of an empire expansion wherever. Not necessarily far away. So we're putting that there, and then we're going to go with a... Oh, wrong chart. Wait, what did I roll? Did I do something wrong? Uh-oh. What'd I do? Did I look at the... I rolled an 8, not a 7. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I did the... Whoops. Whoops. You're right. You're right. I rolled an 8. Prosperity. People are flocking to your empire. Grow your cities if possible. Add more farmland. Draw ships and ports. So this is sort of a... this is a creativity option where... forget those monks. Maybe we add in some farmland around just to kind of add some little details in there, or add some ships that are in port here. You know, it's not necessarily build more cities. It's just sort of your cities grow. And we can do that with this. Sorry about that. I can't read my own charts. Something like maybe just some more cities pop in here in the Invisible Kingdom. More stuff like that. Grows a bit. There is farmland in here. We can throw some farms around if we wanted to spice that up a bit. Something like that. Just to get a little bit of interesting bits, you know. Just kind of fill it out a little bit. Like that. So there we go. So the Invisible Kingdom has become a proper place. Okay, so now we're back up to this is turn 2 for old Terry. I need a what's wrong? I need 2 dice. I need a like a turn counter. I can keep one of your d6 for a turn counter. So this is 9. Sunitarian's gonna be British Empire vibes. This is a trade, so economic prosperity. Again, build a road connecting your empire to another faction, then add a trade post somewhere along the road. Consider your resource locations, of course. And if not possible, build a coastal trade port near another faction. So, a lot of these rules I've put in here kind of vague, so you can, the point of the game is to sort of create your own ideas and things. Clearly, they're not trading with the Oysterians. These are hostile folks. Oops. And they're not going to trade with the Necromancer over here. But maybe they're trading with the dwarves. It makes sense. So maybe we can put a port down here, and they can get a trade city this way. If there wasn't a road here, we could connect a road up with these guys. But I think that makes sense. But yeah, got dwarves down here. Trade with them. We got the humans. They got glass. That's nice. But I think a trade port, maybe on this little island right here, would be a good spot for one. No one's taken it. The halflings in their mini boats, in their seaworthy ways, have decided to head down there. So let's go and find the trade post spot. And we're going to set it here on the coast right there. We trade with a rebellion. We're treating the rebellion as hostile folks. So we're not gonna really trade with them guys. These guys are the worst. So I'm going to set in maybe the best. I don't know who they are. This is going to be a heavy trade port. So we're going to make this one. Oops, not Bilbo. What was he using before? I forget. Barlow. This is, we're trading with the dwarves who have some sort of, steel and things. Dwarves would have mithril and gems. Yeah, I mean, they're dwarves. They have all kinds of stuff. So maybe this is the, this is diamond key? Is that a proper term for that? Was that a key? Hysteria or death? I don't know what a key is. Is a key like a bay? I don't know. I don't know my sea terms. I live like 12 hours away from the nearest water source. So don't ask me about water things. Location will be able to trade a lot. Maybe they trade with the pirates. I mean, yeah. I mean, they don't have a problem with pirates. So, makes sense. Estuary? Yeah, that's a tough word for little halflings. It's like a seaside wall. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're on roll 2 for it's Peninsula. I don't know what a key is. We got a 6 military expansion for the humans. So military strength is growing. Draw in either a frontier fort or add city walls to an existing settlements. So there are times we may go to war. We'll cover war if we get to that. Where it's sort of just like a dice roll, kind of risk style. Winner takes all. And if you want to put walls around your settlements, that would crumble instead of your settlement falling apart. So it depends. You gotta figure out your story. Are you going to be like a defensive, tight, packed empire, or are you like defending for certain things? And I think they got to put a fort out here. We've got the Obsidian Order over there. We got to put a fort out there. It's scary stuff over there. So we're going to put in a some sort of a fortress or tower of something. We should put a tower in, like right out this way, just to keep an eye on that on those demons. A key is a series of small islands. Well, it is. So there's a series of small little islands there. Is that what it is? I don't know. It's going to be a fort, so let's give the fort the name. I like that. Eugene. We're going to call Fort Spectrum. I'm going to give it the right font with Lancelot. Right there. So those humans are keeping an eye on that funny business. And don't forget your path, your road. So we'll head out of here and we'll go straight into Invisible Kingdom. A Nuna stone or metal platform lying alongside or projecting into water from loading and unloading ships. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. It's like Dwarf Fortress, but if you did the World Gem. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, basically that's what's going on. Okay, so that is that's turn 2, right? Everyone keep tracking this for me? It's now a 9 for the halflings, and we got trade again. Really? Okay. So I think what we could do is we could just draw build a road connecting your empire to the faction, add a trade post somewhere along that road. We could just have a road that connects up around here through the trees to Camp Glass. Maybe they're trading with them. Maybe they're trading with everybody. You know, they don't care who's trading with what. So I think we're going to put in a road connecting to Camp Glass, and then we'll stick a fort or a little post in these trees. So let's do that. So Diamond Key here has a road running through it, and we'll go to Camp Glass, and then they get a trade post somewhere along the way. And I guess think of this as sort of like, you know, it's multiple days to get there. So you got to have a day to folks put in a tavern or something, and then, you know, it goes from there. I guess we'll stick with our halfling symbol there. Can you fit in the trees real well? There we go. Right there in the trees. Nice. Looks good with this program. So we'll call that, I mean, Crossroads. Crossroads is the name for everything, right? We're going to call this Glass Roads, though, because they're trading with the humans now who have a lot of glass. Did I capitalize everything? Whoops. Glass Roads. There we go. So yeah, this way they've got connections there. So these Viking halflings can trade. They can get glass. They can get the wood that's there. Also, they can get all kinds of trade with these folks. They've got this mana or whatever's happening with this wood down this way. Yeah, they're already trading with the dwarves. All right, it's now Beatrice's turn. Who's gonna roll a 9 again? That's all we're gonna roll. Who's gonna get some trade as well? And I suppose they could get a road over here. It's a long road, but yeah, they can do it. Go over to the dwarves. We could build a port somewhere, like a port up this way. But I think I'm going to go with the road. And we're just going to come straight out of the Invisible Kingdom here, because this is where everything comes out. This is quite a hotbed of things. We'll avoid the bat people and head over here to the Fireforge clan. Right, that. And then we'll set up our post somewhere along the way. We got to have a post, like I say, spot. There's pirates out there. You got to have some sort of spot to keep somewhat safe. So we'll put pirates in, or not pirates in, but a little bit of a, you know, an inn and a place to rest, sort of along the way. Maybe like down there. And we'll name this one. We'll name this one. Let's see. Crystal Path is the name of the town for these glass folks. Silver Moon Inn, yeah, nice. Okay, we got, this is number 3, I think. Am I right? 3, 1, 2, I think so. A 9 again. I have chosen to roll again. A 12. A revolution. Revolution. Okay. These poor halflings. These poor halflings. Diamond Key and Glass Roads, they don't need Star Bay. They're way out. They're so far over here. They're across the crack in the world, and they're dealing and they're wheeling and dealing, and they don't need them. So Diamond Key has become the new capital of the. Let's come up with it. We need a name here. It's going to be. We'll give them a symbol, and we'll give the name of these new halflings, which is going to use the weird font. This is the Southern Republic. Yeah, Southern Halfling. But gotta put the name in it. Republic. Yeah, they live down here. Let's go with a little bigger. I don't want that font. Maybe that one. Nah. Ooh. That's weird. They're moving for 2 things: economic prosperity and revolutions. That's right. So we'll give them a symbol here. And I think these guys just like coins. Well, what are they? Maybe these guys are a little more nefarious. We'll give them a skull. Right? They're trading with pirates. They're trading with everybody. There we go. The Southern Halfling Republic, they ain't so friendly. I'm thinking about changing maybe the Southern Halfling, like, Consortium. Order. I don't know what they call themselves. They call themselves, yeah, they call themselves that. The Southern, Halfling. I already have order. Maybe demons inspire the revolutions. I don't know what's a good name for, we can call them the Keisters. Confederacy. This is the Southern Coalition. This is right. This coalition. There we go. I'll leave the halfling out of it. We know they're halflings. Okay, we'll change this over to that. What was I using? I forget what it was. What are you? English italic. Where is it? There it is. Okay, we'll change this. And this one will also break off. So. They are, yeah, like they're like a coalition of maybe some pirates have joined into there. And the dwarves are all there. They take everybody in, just as long as you make some money. All right, now let's go with the humans who are rolling a 7. They're going to expand. We're going to roll on the settlement chart and see what they get. I hope to see a war, so we show it off. We may force a war here if we need to. A farming village. Yeah, it makes sense. We'll put one maybe somewhere right over here. It's dangerous lands, but we'll do something like that. Thanks, love. So we'll put in just a little farm town right out this way. It's pretty good water over here, you think? We could fill this out a little bit more. There's a lot of money coming in this way. There's a lot of stuff out this way, too. Let's just do it here. This is a good spot for it. Along the road already. We'll do a little bit so we can add a little bit more path just for looks. I'm going to add in a little bit of farmland. Just to fill it out a bit. These humans over here are just sort of settling in. They don't want any business with what these halflings are doing. Okay, and we'll give them a little path over to there, and there we go. Oh, I gotta name it. So this is. Have I used crystal before? I have used crystal path. This is. What is a This is Sandy Fields. Sounds like a great place to do some farming. Over there. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? And hey, Chris. So there's the Sandy Fields. Now we're on, I lost count. We had 1, 2, 3. This is 5 or 4? Is this 4? Is this it? I've lost count. That Revolution, Diamond Key, and Glassroads. Was that 4? 1, 2, 3. I think I'm on 3. I forget. I need that. That was. This is 4. We're on 4 now. Okay. Okay. Make special glass. Yeah. All right, so we're on. There's a 6. We got a military expansion. In the interest of showing a few more things off, we're gonna roll a little bit just to experience a bit more of the charts here, and not roll 7s. So this is the halflings. We're gonna get a these halflings. That's all they want to do is trade and expand. There we go. There's war. Here we go. Excellent. Okay. So the way war works is it's kind of a complicated one. I've actually added a second section in down here at the bottom to explain war a bit more. It's pretty simple though. Basically, the person that rolls the war dice they choose a settlement not owned by them, whoever they want. Doesn't matter what they want. They can go. Maybe they want to fight the Necromancer, or maybe they want to fight Camp Glass, or maybe they want to fight the pirates. Whatever. They choose where they want to fight, and there's a dice roll, a single dice roll. Whoever wins gets the settlement. The defender fends it off, and then you build a statue in honor of it. Everything is written in there. So I think the Star Bay Halflings, the Starling Kingdom, they have enemies all over. They've got a Necromancer. They've got the Southern Coalition they're not happy with. They've got the Oysterians over here to the east. I think Port Mollusk is just asking to be attacked. It's right there. They stole their oysters. It's outrageous. So we're gonna have a war. So we're gonna roll once. So this is Terry's roll. Terry is rolling a 3, and then the Oysterians, Beatrice, or not Beatrice, but anyone else will roll for the Oysterians, who are going to roll a 1. So Port Mollusk has fallen. The Starling Empire has taken it. So we're going to switch the font back, because that's how we mark things here, back to the Starling Empire. And it's also important, be sure to place a monument or statue to honor the battle. So let's go place a symbol in here and find some sort of statue here to remember the many halflings that lost their lives here in Port Mollusk. Maybe we'll build a let's see, let's build a big tower. Ooh, that's a big tower. We'll put in a is there like a shipwreck symbol? That'd be great. There's a ship. I guess we can maybe there's maybe it's a monument. There's a ship out there in the bay, just to remember the great fights that the Oysterians failed, and now they only have that island over there. That's right. Okay, so that was them. Now we got one more roll for Beatrice for her growing empire table. She has rolled a 5, which settlers are leaving. There's a new faction. Some of your people have settled on their own. So roll and settlement table, and we gotta change that, and place a new faction onto the map. So some of these humans are fed up, and they've decided to leave. And so anywhere they want, they can go somewhere else. And I think, let's see, where do these humans want to go? It's basically it's just a group of humans. They've left. They've gone out. They're tired of being a Sunterran. They want to be a Dalek or something, and they're gonna go somewhere else. So I think we're gonna go and put them over here. Like there's plenty of space over here, away from things. Maybe like the magic. Yeah, pilgrims basically. They've set out. I mean, they could build over here on this open land. I think we'll nestle them sort of in here in these trees and these mountains. A nice spot. Nice place. Again, the reason you put down like the resources and things is kind of to help motivate or sort of direct you where things may go. I think maybe some farmers set out, and they're gonna come over here in these mountains and away from all this nonsense. Over this way. All right, that doesn't look good. That's a bad symbol. We'll do let me find a good one here. Wasn't there one like a sort of an Asian themed one? Oh, here we go. We'll go one of these. So we'll build up a mausoleum looking thing, real spooky like. There we go. That's what they put on there. So these are the pilgrims. Again, this is going to be a new faction. So we're gonna roll in settlement chart, place a new faction on the map, give them a banner, a name. So these are going to be the let's see, we're gonna change it into like, we'll do that one. No, that's not good. Let's do that one, and we're gonna name these guys. These are the Magic Grove. Give me a good pilgrim-like name. They don't like these firebrands. Works for me. Firebrands. I'm gonna give them. I was gonna make this a little bigger. These are the firebrands. I'm gonna give them a symbol over here. Cult of Cobra. like that. They call them the Firebrands. They're going to call their home. They're going to call it Fire Gorge. Is the name of this place. I like your Misty Gorge, so I took that. And the Firebrands are going to have a symbol, so we'll give them a one of those, and we'll draw in. I think like a fire or something, or something. We could put like a mountain on it, like that. I can color it in. If I want to get real crafty. Symbols, and then I forget how to. I think I go here and I go to paint. And we can give them like that. You know, it works. Right, match value. Ember Gorge. Yeah, you know, yeah, it's all good stuff. Keep it like that though. Fire Gorge. We're not gonna connect them up because these guys are on their own. These are the Firebrands. These are the humans. They've left. They want nothing to do with their old folks. Okay. Magnifying glass. Yeah, I can. I can also zoom in here if you guys want to see some things a little better. Let's go with... let's go into the next era, right? That was it. That was 4 in each. Let's go into Era 5, the final era. So, this is Rise and Fall, we're calling this one. If every rising empire, there's a fallen one. Open lands quickly diminishing, certainly is. And with that, wars, famine, rebellion become a common occurrence. It's already a common occurrence. So take 2 turns in this era, with each player rolling twice on this table, and the results can be placed anywhere on the map. So this is the final stages. We're almost done. So we roll on this just like we did before. We're going to do it twice. I picked these numbers up just to kind of help fill out a map. I mean, if you have a big map, of course, you can do more than that. I thought about putting in like a short game, medium game, long game. A game, you use the word game loosely. I thought that just sounded, it's sort of complicated things. So once you play it a few times, you can kind of figure that stuff out on your own, I figure. So this is the final time. We're going to go with Terry up top. He's going to roll a couple times. And we're at the same thing. This is just a new table. It's sort of weighted a little differently. You can see war is the number 1 thing. We got 11. So hostile forces have grown. Choose a hostile neighbor. If you don't have one now, place it. He has a hostile neighbor, which is these necromancers up here. And we're going to roll and add a settlement for them. So we're going to go up to the settlement chart and go here. We're going to roll on that to give the necromancer something. What's the necromancer getting? Necromancer has taken a trade post. So, you know, everybody needs some money. He's got all this extra adamantine. What's he going to do with it? He's going to sell it. So, I guess he's going to go and build a port out here. And, you know, necromancers, they need breathing room too. So we'll give him a little necromancer spot out this way, maybe out this way. And maybe they can like enslave some fish or something and raise them up from the dead or whatever they need to do, whatever he does. Maybe he's a friendly necromancer. And we're going to call this, what was that? What font was that? Book, basic, bold. Book, basic, bold, there we go. So this is going to be... back to black here. I could have used the different colors for everybody. It would have been a little easier to find things, but it's just it's kind of a pain in this program to switch back and forth. You can do it easy, but I'm not familiar enough with it to do that. So this is going to be pretty scary. You imagine skeletons clad in full-blown adamantine armor. These guys be nasty. Just because you're a necromancer doesn't mean you can't use money. We're going to call this, this is going to be, Dead Shores is the name of this town. You know, maybe it was like, if you want to add some story here, maybe there was just some, whoops, just a little faction of halflings. Maybe they set out, or you know, there's other folks out here. Maybe there was some elves or something nearby, which I'm surprised we didn't roll elves at all. And they had a little camp, and the necromancers came in. You know, it raised them all, and now they got their town, and they're using it. I mean, he needs resources too. So let's go and draw in that. We'll darken that a little bit, just because his land's grown a little bit. This is kind of how we differentiate that. So the necromancer has grown, and yeah, watch out for that guy. There we go. He discovered starfish wine after getting it from a dead adventurer and decided he needed more. That's right. Yeah, that starfish wine. Yeah, that's what he wants. All right. Now we're on to, what's her face? Beatrice. Tome Depot. Oh, man, Grant. All right, we got royalty. Your rulers need a place to live. Build a palace for them near the capital, somewhere of importance. These humans, they have quite a city. So we've kind of made a bit of a story, and that's kind of like where this comes out, where, we clearly have the seafaring Viking-like halflings up to the north, who just can't ever find any sort of government structure because they keep on rebelling. And we got the humans down south who are very, very closely knit, right? Everything's kind of built around this invisible, the kingdom, the main capital. And so we've got a bit of a story with these folks. But we need a palace for them, and we're going to build one. We got one right here. It looks pretty palace. Ooh, it's big. Let's set it out, not too close to the obsidian folks, but maybe like right here on the coast. Maybe up a little bit. Like right out. Right that way? Yeah. And we'll give them a path so we can build over there. These royal humans need a place to live. I mean, they're not going to live in squalor like the rest of the people. Okay, and then we got one more up north with Terry. With a 6, Rising Empire. Despite the times, your empire is thriving. Roll and draw a new settlement and expand your existing one with farmland. Or do that. So the halflings have grown. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to give them a 3, which was a resource camp. And so they own these 4 spots. The only resource they can really get to is this one over here. They could get down this way and put something in around here, but it's a bit of a stretch, I think. So I think we're just going to we can squeeze a camp in here somehow. It's dangerous, but these are brave halflings. They have no sense of government. They just build things. They just explore the seas and build things. So they're going to put in a small little fort here. Maybe they're maybe they're trading with the necromancer. Good point. We know there's I'm gonna put near this resource over here. We can put it in the trees. We got trees over there. We don't need trees. There's also this savanna here. I think we'll put it over here. This makes sense because you got the trees. They can trade with the necromancer. Who says he's a bad guy? And this is going to be Barlow, and this is going to be what's a good name? Give me a name. I need a this is a daring sight. It's there's dead things just walking around everywhere, and maybe the halflings are paying the necromancer. The necromancer does the mining with his undead slaves, and the halflings just buy it for him. Dead wood. That is perfect. Who said that? Jomo. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, there's dead wood up there for the halflings. And again, don't forget, we got to get a path. So we're going to path it up. And have a nice trail here that goes into Fort Starfish. Like that. Okay. And then we got our final roll is for Beatrice down there. And she's going to get a 6, which is a Rising Empire. Growing again. Let's see something else just to, see more of the game. Not a 6. I said not a 6. A 9. We've seen that one. A hostile attack. Oh, here we go. Excellent. Finally, I was looking for one of these. These are in each era, but we never rolled it. You've been attacked. Destroy a fort, city wall, or settlement, and replace it with a ruin. So somebody has attacked. Either the dwarves, glassers may be attacked. I mean, the Obsidian Order is right there. So maybe they came in and burned Fort Spectrum. Hey, thanks, Gordon. Oh, 5 months, Gordon. Thanks. So yeah, I think Fort Spectrum has fallen. The demons have finally raided and hit there, or they could hit Sandy Fields. No, they'll hit the fort. The fort's right there. So we're gonna burn that fort down and replace it with a ruin. Pull out our eraser here, and we're going to make that go away. We'll replace it here with a ruin. Did I say ruin there? Yeah, replace it with a ruin. So let's put in an old nasty fort. right there. This is the Fort Spectrum ruins. And we'll change it to a 25. And just throw it right in there. So there we go. So the place has been burned down by the demons. And yeah, I'm sure there's bandits there. There may be demons hanging out in there as well. And that's it. That's it. We did 2 turns in this era. And all you have left is finalizing. The map is almost complete. Finish off by naming any important features that haven't been named yet, any war sites or geography or lair spots, and then draw in some final touches, you know, like compass roses and whatever, if you are so inclined. And that's it. And I have an overview thing here, which sort of runs you through all the basics of the game. And then I added some special rules in here. So one thing that may happen, if you got bad luck, you know, you got really bad luck, you may fall apart, which I guess this could have happened with the starfish folks. Or with, like, multiple wars or things falling apart. You may die. So you have 2 choices. If you die, you take over one of the minor factions, like you take over, you would now control Oysterport or whatever. Or if you really are attached to your people, you can say they flee and you build a new city somewhere else as that empire. So there you go. That is that's the game. I'm quite proud of how it came out. I've of course done a bit of testing with it, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a super map nerd, but I enjoy it. It creates a story. I think I'm debating actually using this with my D&D folks, the one I DM, to kind of create for our next campaign to make our world map. Because you don't get anything, nothing nitty gritty in there. It's just sort of an overview, and nothing wrong with the players knowing it gets them to sort of invested and knowing the world and knowing a few places around there. It just seems like it would. I don't know. Maybe it's all in my head, but that just seems like a good way of getting some interest. You know what I mean? Can you apps that you create? Yeah, I mean, ideally, so some of you I know weren't here at the beginning. This is meant to be done as a pen and paper thing. Paper, pen, and some dice. That's all you really need to do here. You can use paint. I use Wonder Draft here just because it was easier to use for the live stream. But yeah, you can use any number of things. I have in here. I have linked to this one called Aggie.io. So if you're playing it, if you want to do it with other folks, like through Discord or whatever, it's kind of a cool site. I haven't done it yet, other than just myself. But you can like invite people to you send them an invite link, and you sort of take turns drawing, and so you can basically do this on over internet or whatever. Pen and paper makes it harder. Yeah, I suppose you need pencil and paper, right? But would ideally, because it'd be tough to make a ruin. I think I got most of the things covered as far as I don't think anything weird popped up. I'm trying to think. Let's see. New resources. You may find a new resource. You have to roll for that. Hostile neighbors expand. We saw that one. I think we got all that one covered mostly. Hero Rise. We didn't see that one, so you get a new hero. This is sort of a storytelling thing, like maybe some hero went and fought the demons and killed a few of them. Old Sir Ron was great, and so you build a statue, draw a statue in there, just sort of things to kind of fill out the map a bit more, so you don't have big gaps. We kind of have one there. A Rising Cult is essentially the same thing as what the Pirate was, but it's going to be more, maybe a bit more nefarious, like a Mad Wizard or something along the way. We didn't do a Disaster or Famine, but that's just going to be, we're basically just destroy a town. Add a crater, something like that in there. I never got, one thing I didn't get was a Diaspora. We saw that one. We didn't see Discover a New Faction, which was, I guess, up here. Yeah. Minor Faction, number 9 on this one. I almost made this one into like, maybe into a 6, but this one we would roll on the table, have a new race, and then we'd add in 2 settlements. So essentially, it would create. It's a better chance of adding in like elves and dwarves. We had a tribe, but you'd be like that just with 2, just to add something else with that and give you something else to more races, you know. So anyway, the final stages would be to go in and name some things, or if you want to put in like some borders, or you know, just spice it up a bit. Is it? Yeah, give me. Oh, show me a border. There we go. How do I make this? I think stone 2 months. All right, let me just do it this way. Let's go with you know, like that. There we go. You know, that's good. We can put in like a let's see. Where's the one? I want a oh, I think it's on symbols. Symbols, and then somewhere there's a compass rose. I don't remember where it is though. And we can really spice it up. You can put a hex map on this thing. This is a really cool program if you haven't messed with it before. Measuring tool. I don't remember where it is. Oh, there it is. So we can put in, you know, something like that, just for the cool factor. And then somewhere here is a compass rose. There it is. And, oh, that's what I just did. It's my bedtime. I don't know where it is. It's probably in here, I think, actually. I'm almost certain it's in here. Yeah. You know, just to, you know, make it look a little nicer. Or something. Not really any place to put it, is there? So, anyway. That is, that's my game. I made that. Called Mappa Imperium. It's on itch.io. You can play it for free. Download it. If you want to tip me, I would certainly appreciate it. But you don't have to. And that's basically all there is to it. Let me pull up the page here so you can see it again. And that's it. So this was heavily inspired by we did a thing on a live stream before with Wonderdraft where we did kind of like this, and essentially it's that. So yeah, just a little bit more developed. Hey, thanks for the rating, somebody. But yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's it. So I'll cut this thing out and I'll probably add a link to like this live stream in there somewhere, because if you're anything like me, anytime I get like a new board game, this isn't really a board game, but it, you know, sort of. I'm a video watching kind of guy, so I'll probably pop that in there somewhere. I hate to ask again, but is this good for worlds that already have lore that I just want to flesh out? Yeah, I don't see why not. So I think this would be, like I just said, a single player thing. You could easily do this, like if you had the time. I didn't want to spend too much time on this. How long are we streaming? Hour and a half or so, almost 2 hours. Like if you wanted to make a proper like campaign world, a full-blown campaign world, then you could do this and then just separate the map into like, I don't know, 10 different regions, and you can just throw in, you can roll it or whatever, and just have, where's it at? I passed it up. Here, and just have all the different races, or just have 12 for each different race, or 11 if you don't want demons, and have them each start. So then you just go through each round with each race, sort of developing them. So you'll have a massive world with loads of major races if you want a big world map. This would be, I guess, this would be a regional map really, with just the two major folks. All we got was halflings, humans, and dwarves, wasn't it? The map that I did, not that one. I drew one in somewhere in here. Yeah, this one. This is one that I did. I played with this and sort of drew it in. I started out with dwarves on this side, and I had, who was this? I think these were halflings. Yeah, the molten halflings down here, next to the volcano. We found some gnomes up north. There were some goblins that I rolled that I found over here. These guys found other dwarves in these hills as I was rolling it up, and there's demons down south down there. I thought about, and I may change it, where the 12, I have it as demons, but I might change that as like a demon race. I thought about putting that as just like player choice, which I probably should have done. So you can put in if you want merfolk or beast folk or whatever. Hey, Frisk, how's it going? So anyway, that's it. So anyone has any questions, let me know. just want to show the thing off, and if anyone has anything they see that they could be done better, then let me know. I will certainly check it out. I originally found this Ex Novo's, a really cool one by Shark Bomb. It's on itch.io also. I think that one's like $10, I think. And it's like a city building kind of a thing. It's sort of similar style where it's just a big, you get pages and pages of tables, and it sort of rolls you through the game. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show off. So we're gonna call it a day here. So does this have a city generator? I'm not sure what you're asking. Any excuse I could have to play the Age of Empires music, I'm all for. So I'll probably post this video on my channel, the VOD, tomorrow if I get it edited in time. And that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and feel free to leave comments. I've always wanted to make a game. I've never made a game. This is the first one I've ever like publicly posted, and it's nerve-wracking. And this is just a thing I spent like maybe a month on to sort of, you know, dilly-dallying with. And zoom in city level where you add district. Yeah, it's a district. Yeah, that one. The Ex Novo was like that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's nerve-wracking. I can't imagine. I know several folks that are game devs now, and I cannot imagine being somebody who like you see some people that they work on their game. Now, these are video games, not like what I'm doing here, but like you spend like 2 years developing a game, and then you release it. I can't imagine. Like, what if everybody hates it? You spent 2 years of your life working on that thing. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for the fantastic names. Let me save this. I didn't give my world a name, did I? This is live world. I need to give it a name. I need to add it into Galimulator. Someone remind me to talk to talk to. I'm excited to get that set up. I will. Oops. I'll export this, and I'll post it on. I'll post it on the Discord. Live world. So if you want to see it, you can check it out on the the Discord. So it's saved now. It's good. Right. Did I really hit cancel? Really? No, it's there. Live world. Did I hit cancel? Oops. Thanks, Evelyn. All right. And now we can close it. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And next live stream will be no D&D this week for one more week. And I'll be back Saturday, my usual time, you know. And we'll play something. I don't know what. There's so many things coming out now. Starmancer is coming out, and lots of good stuff. So I'll probably have some videos out for that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.